and it is a very sort of high level because I wasn't sure how much you would know, but clearly there's a good, at least, confidence that a lot of people in the room know something about social innovation. So hopefully I'll be able to add a little bit to that, but also maybe take your questions and add a little bit to my knowledge. So as Joe said, I'm Mary Rhodes, and I am a associate professor in Trinity College and also the co-director of the Centre for Social Innovation. And my other co-director, sends her apologies. She's actually in Cayman, which isn't apologizing for that, but she would have been here, but unfortunately her father passed away recently, so she's back there with her mom. So she sends her apologies, but she's more than happy to meet with people if there's interest afterwards, if I'm for some reason not available. So this is a picture of myself and Gemma. So Gemma said, you at least had to have one picture, so that's us. And there's a couple of people in there who are part of the Centre for Social Innovation, but this is a wider group in the Connecting Nature project. And it's the kind of thing, we do a lot of work with lots of other people. So we have a kind of a small cohort. Well, I'll show you the cohort later. It's a small cohort with the idea that we want to link to people in and outside of Trinity, okay, and inside and outside of the business school. So we're very open to partnerships, and this group is looking at environmental impact, but also the social impact that can arise from nature-based solutions. I don't know if any of you heard Jane Stout this morning speaking on diversity in Ireland, and that's diversity of plant life, actually. And she's part of this program. So we have a number of different activities that we do, and I'm going to come back to them, but I thought I might narrow down, or attempt to narrow down, what exactly we think social innovation, social enterprise, social impact, and social finance are. Those will be the four things that I think we'll try to get across today. So firstly, the goal of the Centre is to make a positive impact on society and the environment. So somehow make a difference, do something good, make a bit of change. And the thing is, how we're going to do that is probably the thing that not distinguishes us, but focuses us, because there's lots of ways to do that. And again, as I said, we're working with wide groups of people who might have other entry points into this idea, but our entry point is engagement, research, innovation, teaching in management and organization. So how can people who know a good bit about business, about creating value, generally meaning financial value, how can we add to the improvement of the society and the environment? So that's our mission. This is our little logo. We're not really supposed to have logos, so we just call it our image of what we do. So inside, you'll see the research, education, innovation, and engagement, and around that is impact. We're also obviously not artists. So what do we mean by the things we're involved in, social innovations and the others? The first thing is our definition of social innovation, the creation and implementation of a novel concept, idea, or organization. So innovation doesn't necessarily mean that you have a company. You can have an idea. I think the women's suffrage was a really good social innovation 100 years ago. Universal human rights, what a great social innovation. It doesn't require that you use business. The thing about business, the thing about management, is it is it's a useful tool for scaling these things up, for organizing to create impact in a very focused and effective way. So that brings us then to social enterprise, which does involve some form of organization. And we would spend a lot of time with entities either currently or hoping to become social enterprises. And a social enterprise has the same objectives as a social innovation, but it engages in socially legitimate and economically sustainable activities. So it needs to be supported. It needs to have the resources from people and money, and indeed the environment, in order to continue operating. So social impact. We've got ideas, we've got organizing technologies. What are we trying to do with them? We're trying to create a measurable change in the conditions of groups of human beings in specified areas. So that's the social impact. If it was environmental, you'd be trying to impact on something in the environment, whether it was an area or a species, etc. So social impact means you have to be able to state, what is it What measurable change are you going to make in someone's life? And that is the part where the ideas in the organization really take some focus. You really have to decide, if I'm going to do housing, which is an area that I have a lot of work in, what is the housing that I create? How is it going to make a difference in someone's life? And when you start thinking about that, you actually get a very good idea of what you have to do in order to make that difference. And the last piece, that is the definitional piece for today, there will be a quiz at the end, is social finance. So you've got the idea, you've got an organization, you've got some real sense of how will you know when you've made a difference, and now you need to find the resources. And social finance is a phrase, this is not our definition, that's why it's in quotes and referenced. Social finance, the monetary resources required to empower social and environmental change. And there's lots and lots and lots of work going on in that area. And I, in fact, was going to start with that area, with the last definition, because it's the area where there's really a lot of activity happening. Not just in Ireland, but all over the world. In fact, more of it is happening all over the world, and it's growing in Ireland. So I picked that one to maybe talk about it a little, just to explain and maybe give you some inspiration about the kind of opportunities that exist around resources required to empower social and environmental change. So what if we decided that we were going to invest not in getting profits, but a better world? What if that was the decision that we had around what we were going to invest our resources in, our money? What would that look like? Well, possibly it would look like something called sustainable investment. And sustainable investment is the situation where people with resources look not only to get a financial return, but look also to get an environmental, social, or indeed have some sort of impact on the governance.